सदा सेवक रुचि राखी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
राम सदा सेवक रुचि राखी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
वेद पुराण साधु सुर साखी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
कोमल चित अति दीन दयाला।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
कारण बिनु रघुनाथ कृपाला।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
राम कथा के ते अधिकारी।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
जिनके सत्संगति अति प्यारी।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
मोरे तुम प्रभु गुरु पितु माता।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
जाऊं कहाँ तजी पद जल जाता।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
सीता राम चरण रति मोरे।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
अनुदिन बड़ऊ अनुग्रह तोरे।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
गुरु बिनु भवनिधि करई न कोई।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
जो बिरंची संकर सम होई।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
रामचंद्र गुण बरन लागा।
श्री राम जय राम।
सुनत ही सीता गर दुख भागा।
श्री राम जय राम।
अवध तहाज राम निवासु।
श्री राम जय राम।
तहई दिवस जह भानु प्रकाशु।
श्री राम जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय
गजाननं भूतगणाधिसेवितं कपितजम्बो फलसारभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या विना वरदण्डवन्दित उत्तरा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेष जाड्यापहा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः लोकाभिरामं रणरङ्गधीरम् राजीवनेत्रं रघुवंशनाथं कारुण्यरूपं करुणाकरं तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं नरयूथमोख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। बोलो राम 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 सीता राम 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 राजा राम 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 सीता राम 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 राजा राम 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 सीता राम 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 कर दाता, निज कृत कर्म भोग सब भ्राता।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
कर्म प्रधान विश्व करि राखा, जो जस करई सो तस फल चाखा।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
राम कथा के तेई अधिकारी, इनके सत्संगति अति प्यारी।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
होय ही सोई जो राम रचि राखा, को करि कर्म बढ़ावे साखा।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
बरे भाग मानुष तन पावा, सुर दुर्लभ सब ग्रंथ निगावा।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
साधु असाधु सतन सुख सारी, सुमिरहि राम देहि गनिगारी।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
बोलो राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम।
बोलो राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम।
राजा राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम।
राजा राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम।
हरे राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम।
हरे राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम।
श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय। Okay, I welcome all of you to this satsang tonight. We are seeing now Ayodhya Kand, and we are around number 250. When we left it last night, Bhagavan Ram, on the instruction of the Guru, Vasishtha Maharaj, did the Shraddha of his father because he got the news. And very interestingly, we saw the very, very interesting things for us to reflect on, ponder about, and ask questions and do research and all that kind of thing. Ramayana is unfathomable, it's deep, profound, it has so many things there. And you can go on thinking. And one of the things we saw last night, Bhagavan himself saw everybody and didn't ask a word about Dasharatha Maharaj. Until the Guru said, long after meeting everybody, the Guru said about the passing of Dasharatha Maharaj, like that. And then we asked why. Somebody offered a nice answer. Bhagavan knows everything. Already he knew. So no need to ask. But there may be many more answers to that. You have to see for yourself. So the Shraddha is over now. And 2 days after the Shraddha, now Tulsidashi picks up this story. 2 days after the Shraddha of Dasharatha Maharaj was over. And this is where in Chitrakuta. So 2 Shraddha was done. Shraddha, I hope you know, Anteshti Sanskar. Antim Sanskar. Shraddha in English is what? Final rites. Final rites. Shrad. Just say Shrad. Okay. शुद्ध भये दुई बासर बीते बोले गुर सन राम पीते. Now, after 2 days after the Shraddh, then bole gur son Ram. The Guru spoke to Ram pidite with great love and affection. Nath log saban nipat dukhari. Guru sana Ram pidite. Bole Guru sana. Ram spoke to the Guru. You see, you have to be careful because it is poetry. And if you don't read the right word before the other word, then it's not like prose like you're reading. Bhagwan Shri Ramachandra should huए साधुओं की. I see. Then let me see. Shri Ramachandra ji प्रीति के साथ गुरु जी से बोले. Bhagwan Ram spoke to the Guru. Then what he told? Nath log sab nipat dukhari. Oh Muninath, these people who have come from Ayodhya, and I told you we were seeing in previous days how much a big crowd had come. These people who have come from Ayodhya, sab nipat dukhari, they have been suffering in this forest. They are not used to forest life. A lot of sorrow has come to all of them. They don't know about forest life. And when you come in the forest, a mosquito and sandfly bite like that. The mosquito and sandfly must be thinking, oh, we get city blood. All the time we are having forest blood. But anyway, that suffering, kandamul phala ambu ahari, they are only eating roots and fruits and drinking water. All the people of Ayodhya, you know, they are not used to that. They are used to nice food, like the one you get in garam masala. Sanuja Bharata Sacheva Sabha Mata Dekhi Mohi Pala Jimi Juga Jata. Bhagwan Ram tells to the Guru that when I see Bharata, Shatrughna, the mothers, all the ministers, all of them, when I see them and I see how they are suffering, a whole yuga, a moment is like a whole yuga. It lasts so long because I can't bear their suffering. This is what we call as the relative nature of time. You know that, right? The relative nature of time has to do with sukha and dukkha. The relative nature of time is connected only to these two things, sukha and dukkha. It means when we are having a good time, time flies. And when we are having a bad time, it doesn't go. Isn't it? That is dukkha. Time doesn't move at all. So Bhagwan Ram is telling that I am so sorry to see all these people suffering. So one moment seems like a whole eon. He tells to the Guru. And then, now Bhagwan Ram also, I told you now, the characters in the Ramayana, especially Rama, Guru Vasishta, these two especially, they have such a line to toe which is very, very difficult. Because at the same time, Rama has to be the submissive disciple in front of a Guru. And at the same time, he has to be the Lord of the universe who comes to show the path of dharma, to revive dharma, to bring back dharma on a firm footing, like that. So he has those two types of roles to play. And the Guru also, he has to be the Guru of Rama, and at the same time he has to be the Jiva in front of Ishvara, Rama. A very, very difficult role. Sab Same, no, you'll see it coming out here now. Sab Same Tapuratharya Pau Apu Iha Amaravati Rao. So all of come here and you are here, and the king Dasharath Maharaj has gone to Amaravati, in Indrapur, Indra's Swarga. Then Bauta Kaheu Sabha Kiyau Dithai Uchita Hoi Tasa Kariya Gosai. Sab Samet Pura Dharya Pau. Hey Nath, hey Guru, you please take all these people and go back to Ayodhya. No. The people, Vasishta Maharaj did not bring anybody there. Who brought everybody there? It was Bharat. This is very interesting thing here. Bharat said, I am going to forest. Everybody said, okay, they are coming. So now time to go back. Rama should be telling, Bharat, you brought all these people here. No, please take them and go back. But he's not telling, he's telling Guru, you please take everybody and go back. And now, see, Rama has to be the leader here, the one who sets the course of dharma, the proper thing to do, and all that. He has to, so he has to do that even to the Guru now. That is the proper thing to do. But Rama realizes, I am giving the Guru order now, command. When he says to do this, then Bahutaka, he said, okay, I say enough. He himself said, okay, I told enough. I spoke enough. Out of, I'm being impertinent or whatever, but I spoke enough now. And then, Uchita hoi tasa kariya gosai. Whatever you see as best, you do. In other words, Rama felt a little bit abashed. Oh, I ordered the Guru. Not proper thing, And then the Guru now replied, Dharma se tu karuna yatana kasanakahu asaram. How Rama told the line there between being the one who outlines dharma, what is the proper thing to do, and at the same time realizing that he is giving a command to the Guru, and he became quiet. I should not be giving a command to the Guru like that. So the Guru tells, no wonder you are Rama. No wonder. Meaning to say, nobody in this world will have the finesse to recognize the difference. Log dukhit din dui darasa dekhila ubishram. Prabhu, people are really, really suffering lot of sorrows from separation from you and all of that. Let them stay 2 more days and then we will go. The Guru said that. Well, that is not going to be any 2 days. Now, when the people heard the Guru asking of those who are around for 2 more days, they were happy because they thought, no, Bhagavan said, go, so we'll all have to return to Ayodhya. And so, Nishad also now started praising Rama, praising the Guru, praising everybody. And while he was praising everybody there, Nishad also started speaking ill about his own clan and his forest dwellers and how they do only bad things. They kill and steal and this and that's how they live. Like that. And then Nishad concludes his, now this will be after 250, somewhere in the middle. Nishad concludes his talk. Jabate Prabhu Pada Paduma Nihare
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram
Ite dusah dukh dosh hamare
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram
Jabate Prabhu Pada Paduma Nihare
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram
Mite dusah dukh dosh hamare
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram
Jai Raghu Rama
Jaya Raghu Rama
Jai Sita Rama
Jaya Sita Rama
Nishad's Guha's comments were, even in dream we don't follow dharma. In dream also. But Jabate Prabhupada Paduma Nihare. But when we saw the dust of the lotus feet of Bhagavan, and we came in contact with Bhagavan, me and my whole clan, me and my whole forest dwellers clan hai. Tinke, then, mite dusaha dukha dosha hamare, all our defects and shortcomings and all such sorrows and afflictions and everything went away. In other words, just by becoming associated with Rama, just by getting darshan of Rama. And that's why in this Ramcharitamanas, satsang is such a big thing. Everywhere, how many verses just now we sang on? Satsang. Having the company of the right people can transform anybody's life. So that is the power of having satsang. And here satsang of the Nishad people with Bhagwan Ram. Sita ji also. Now they're spending their 2 days. They started walking everywhere, seeing all the forests, seeing all the animals, seeing all the rivers, seeing all the species that are living there. So many things. Enjoying fresh air. City dwellers and all many times don't know what is going on in the forest. There are many children who live in big cities like New York and Toronto and all. They think that milk comes from a bottle. They don't know that milk comes from a cow. It's amazing. Nowadays, and also this younger generation and all, they are missing out on so many wonderful natural things in this environment and all. They grow up so removed from reality, actually. And this virtual world and all which we are living in now, that is even worse. So anyway, they went around seeing everything there. Taking a bath in nice, clean Mandakini river and this and that. And Sita ji also had a great time trying to do seva for all the queen mothers. So Sita she described this very nicely. After 251. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
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 Purjan Nari Magan Ati Preeti
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Pasar Rahi Palak Samabiti
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Si Sasu Prati Pesh Banai
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Sadar Karai Saris Sevakai
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram
Jai Jai Ram Syavar Ramachandra ki Jai Magana Ati Preeti Purajana Nari the women from the city enjoy themselves so much with Sita ji in the forest there and so on. Sita ji sa supratibesha banai. Tulsidashi describes that Sita ji took as many forms as there were mothers. Means she took various forms in front of the mothers and she did seva to all of them at the same time. Just like how Bhagwan Ram had taken forms in front of all the people. Lord Krishna also did this. In Bhagavad Puran you will see. Sita ji also. Sadar karai sarisa sevakai. With great love and affection she did seva for the queen mothers. Lakhan namarama Rama binu kahu. Nobody saw this or knew this except Ram. There are many things in the Ramayana, even though there are so many people there, only Ram knew. When Sita ji went into the fire, only Ram knew. Lakshmana also was with them in the forest, he did not know. Lakha namaram Ram vinu kahu. Nobody knew except Ram that Sita ji took more than one form. Besides Ram, the only other person who knows is Tulsidas ji, because he's telling us now. Tulsidas ji is telling to all of us. Maya sabha siya maya mahu. Tulsidas ji's comment that Sita ji is Mahamaya. She's the all things that happen by Maya are subservient to Sita, which is Mahamaya. All things that happen in the world, in other words. Now, in all of this, there was no comment from Kaikeyi, or there was no report on Kaikeyi's response on seeing Rama in the forest and seeing Bharata and all, seeing Lakshmana, Sita ji. Now Tulsidas ji writes a very, very strong verse about Kaikeyi. See this. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Lakhisya sahit saral do bhai.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Kutil Rani Pachitani Adhai.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Avani jamahi jachati Kaikeyi.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Mahina bichu vidhi michun deyi.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Lok ved vidit kavi kahi.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Ram vimukh khalu narakan lahari.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Jai Raghurama,
Jai Raghurama.
Jai Sita Rama,
Jai Sita Rama.
Syavar Ramachandra ki jai. Lakhisya sahita saral do bhai. Kaikeyi, seeing how simply and how harmoniously Bhagwan Ram, Lakshmana and Sita ji lived in the forest. How very peacefully and harmoniously and simply they lived nicely together, and how they got along nicely together, and how they had no stress or no iota of ill will towards her also. All of this together. Tulsidas describes Kutil Rani Pachitani Aghai. Kutil Rani. Tulsidas doesn't call her Kaikeyi. Kutil Rani. I told you Kutil word before. Kutil in Hindi means demented mind. Kutil. So he calls her Kutil Rani. And what happened? Pachitani Aghai. She regretted profusely. Regretted deep down inside. She regretted. And not regretted to such an extent that Avani Jamahi Jachati Kaikeyi. She begged the earth to open up and swallow me. Then she prayed to Yamaraj, please take me. Then Tulsidas said, Mahina Bichu, the earth did not open up and take her. Bidhi Michu Nade. And Yamaraj did not take her also. Both refused. And the next line very strong. See, when I told you, anybody who causes any pain to Bhagwan Ram or causes any trouble to Bhagwan Ram, the devotee Tulsidas ji doesn't like. So very strong lines he writes. That next line he said, now see what the context is, Kaikeyi, the earth refusing also to open up and swallow her. Lokahu Beda Vidita Kavi Kahi. People in the world say, the Vedas say, and Kavis, all the poets say, what? Rama Vimukathalu Narakanalahi. That one who has turned averse to Ram, one who has turned against Ram, one who has turned, who has enmity towards Ram, such a person cannot find a place even in hell. What to talk of any other place? In hell also they cannot find a place. Very strong. Huh? Yasam so sabake manamahi. But in everybody's mind still remained. What is that? See. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Yasam sau sabke manamahi. One doubt still stood in everybody's mind. Ram gavanu vidhi avadaki nahi. That Rama will return to Ayodhya or not? This was only one question everybody had. He'll go back or not? And this question was there so overwhelming in everybody's mind, so prepondering in everybody's mind. Nisina neend nahi bhuka dina bharatu bikala suchi soch. Bharat worried day and night. He did not sleep in the night time, and in the daytime he did not feel hungry. With that worry about Rama will go back or not. Ni chaki chabicha magana jasa. Me nahi salila sakoch. Like, you know, this description, I don't know if you all know nowadays, but if you have seen any pond or river or any body of water that dries up in the crop time, what we call it crop time, or the dry season, when it dries up and the water becomes less, the bottom becomes muddy and all the fishes there, those fellows, they become so disturbed, so agitated. Now, what to do? Like that. Bharat's condition was like that, Tulsidas ji described. Keen hima to misakal kuchali. And because of meeting with Bhagwan Ram, because the Bhakta met Bhagwan Ram, the thoughts in his mind had cleared up now. And see how his tone, his understanding has changed. The same understanding which everybody was telling him before, that was not staying in his mind, now it stays in his mind. Listen to his own words, Bharat's words, regarding Kaikeyi. He says, Kinhi matu misakala kuchali, ita bhiti jasa pataka sali. That time, karma, or providence, or destiny, or whatever you want to call it, right? That has just used Kaikeyi as a means, and this is how it has to be understood. From the beginning, it should have been understood like this only. Destiny has just used Kaikeyi as a means to bring this sorrow upon me. That is the idea. Because only that will sit well with everybody is the author of his own joy and sorrow. which we sang in the beginning. Kahu na ko sukh dukh kar data, nij krit karma bhog sab bharata. Everybody reaps the result of his own doing only. His joy and his sorrow is his own doing. He has authored his own joy and sorrow. So now, Bharata is thinking like that. That is my own doing, and that joy or sorrow which came to me came via Kaikeyi. She was only the medium. In other words, Kaikeyi is not the one to blame. That is the idea. So this should have been seen in the beginning. Kei vidhi hoi Ram abhisheku mohi ava kalat upau na eku. In which way now shall I take Ram back to Ayodhya? I don't know. Nothing is coming to my mind. Avasi Pirahi Bharat thinks of different plans how to get Bhagavan Rama to Ayodhya. Avasi, first he thinks, Avasi Pirahi Guru Ayasum Mani. I am sure he will go back to Ayodhya if he's thinking by himself. I am sure Rama will go back to Ayodhya if the Guru tells him. This is the first thought. He's thinking of means to get Rama to go back now. But then, second thought with regard to that now. This is called Sankalpa Vikalpa. In mind. One proposition and then the refutation of the proposition. They're going like this. Muni Puni Kahaba Ram Rushi Jani. But the Muni will only tell Ram to go, because the Muni spoke like that in the past. He will only tell Ram, come back to Ayodhya, if the Muni knows that Ram wants to come back to Ayodhya. If he knows that Ram wants to stay in the forest, Muni will not tell Rama to come back to Ayodhya. In other words, the Muni will tell Ram to do what is Ram's wish. If the Muni tells him to come, he will come. But the Muni will only tell what Ram wants. That is why when Indra, we have seen this. When they were coming, Indra told to Brihaspati Maharaj, stop this journey, don't let Bharat go to the forest and meet Ram. And Brihaspati Maharaj said, well, when all of us had gone to meet Saraswati ji to tell her to go and twist the mind of Manthara, so she will twist the mind of Kaikeyi. When we had done that, that was done with the approval of Rama. So even Brihaspati ji and all of them will do now only what is, it's called Rama Ruchi, Rama Rukha. Rama Ruchi or Rama Rukha. In knowing the wish of Ram or the desire of Ram. They will do that only. So yes, if the Guru tells Rama to come back, he'll come. But the Guru will only tell what Rama wants. That is it. So now he thinks that is then next he think now. Ma tu kaheu bahurahi ragurau Ram janani hatak karavi ki kau. If Kausalya tells him to come back, now he dismissed the Guru. Because the Guru will only do the bidding of Ram. Now if Kausalya tells him to come back, he'll come. I think. That Rama Janani Hatakarabi. But whether, and he uses the word Janani. Any mother will tell their son to stay in the forest. Which mother will do? You see? And then, if I tell him now he comes to himself. If the Guru tells such and such, if the mother tells, which mother will tell their son to stay in the forest? What about if I tell him? Bharat's estimation of himself, see. Mohi anucharako ketika bata. And I am just a servant. I am just a slave. So my words count for nothing. His words count for zero. Actually, that is the pure bhav of a sevak, a bhakta of Bhagavan, that his words count for zero. Anybody who wants to know about surrender, they have to see the Bharat actually. His words count for nothing. And then he's telling it very boldly also. People don't like to hear that. Everybody like to think that they are the hero, not zero. Everybody like to be hero. Te maha kusama obama vitata. Now I am on that bad spell. All bad things only are happening to me. So better I don't tell Rama like that. Ekau juguti na manat taharani. Nothing sat in his mind now, how to get this Rama to go back. And like that, he went to sleep. But of course, he didn't sleep all night. Socha Bharata Rain, Bihani, Pratana Hai, Prabhu Siranai. Next morning, he took a bath, and then luckily, the Guru sent for him. Baitat Pathaye Rishaya Bolai. Guru Maharaj, Vasishtha Maharaj sent for Bharat. And Guru Pada Kamala Pranam Kari Baithe Ayasupai. They all sat. And the Guru called together a meeting. Now, everybody was in this meeting except Ram. Ram, Lakshmana, Sita. Means all the people who had come from Ayodhya, they were all in that meeting. Bole Muni Baru Samaya Samana Sunahu Sabha Sada Bharata Sujana Dharma Dhuri Bhanu Kula Bhanu Raja Ram Swabas Bhagavanu. Guru Maharaj goes on to now praise Bhagavan Ram in so many various ways. Guru Pitu Matu Bachan. I see all of these are what we call as the proper sanskars to develop in ourselves and in our children. That is why I am going through these lines. He's describing Rama. Rama is Satyasanda Palaka Shruti Setu, who holds to his word and protects the scriptures. Whatever the scriptures teach, he follows that. That is how we protect. Protecting the scriptures does not merely mean, if you see somebody burning the Bhagavad Gita, you get vexed and you're beat up the man. Protecting the scriptures means you live the scriptures. Because what he's burning book, he's burning book only. You are living the principles. The principles come alive in us. So it doesn't merely mean that you protect like that. Protect means you embody the teachings of that. So Bhagavan Ram is that Shruti, Palaka Shruti Setu, Ram, Janama, Jaga, Mangala Hetu. He is a boon, blessing to the world. That is what our life should be like. We should be a boon to humanity, not a burden to humanity, not a burden to the world. Guru Pitu Matu Bachana Anusari, and who follows the words of his mother, father, and Guru like that. Kaladalu Dalana Deva Hitakari. And he brings goodness to all the devatas by removing all the asuras, all the evil. Niti Priti Paramarata Swaratu, Kona Rama Samajana Jatharatu. There is nobody in the world who follows so strictly and so well. Niti and Priti, Paramartha, Swartha means worldly wisdom, scriptural wisdom, morality, devotion, all such things. Nobody knows it better and follows it better than Bhagavan Ram. Like that, the Guru prays, and this is in the meeting now, right? When that he called. Karivichara jya dekho nike Ram rajai si sabha hike. He now tells everybody, you think, see now, 2, 5, 4. To the whole Sabha that met is very, very good also. Please pay attention to it. Rakhe Ram Rajai Rukha. And this is exactly what Bharat was thinking about just now. The Guru tells, first of all, you all think, but think from the standpoint of protecting Rama's wish and Rama's command. Not your wish and your command. Think from the standpoint of protecting Rama's wish and command. Actually, This is a very instructional piece of knowledge for all human beings. Huh? Because all human beings always only think from their own standpoint. We are born selfish. You know that, huh? Everybody's born selfish. But if we also die selfish, that means that lifetime was wasted. Born selfish means what? The person, when he's born, he only thinks of his own welfare. He doesn't think about the welfare of others. That child only wants milk. He doesn't care where the parents get it, how they get it, nothing. He only wants milk. If they have to go and beg, borrow, or steal, he doesn't care. All I want is milk, or whatever he wants, like that. So he only thinks of his. He doesn't think, oh, my poor parents, they're suffering. They have to go and beg there, get this, borrow this, that. He doesn't think. So if we are born selfish like that, only thinking about it, I want this, I want that, I want, go on and on. And like that, we live, and when we die, and we go, and that did not change, then that lifetime was one more lifetime wasted. So, we have to move from that selfish existence and become more and more selfless. That is why you see that so many times written, even those translations that you see. You see, selfless. One fellow told his wife, he said, when I die, I put taking all the money in a suitcase. And I'm taking it with me, I'm carrying it, I'm not leaving none for you. The wife said, okay, where I go do? It's your money. So he full all the money in a suitcase and he put it in the attic, in the top. He said, when I'm going up, I could take it. After he really died and everything and left, and after the funeral and all, the wife gone up there, the money still there, how you go take it? The suitcase still there with all the money. She said, I tell that fool, he should have put it in the basement. You mean he didn't go? Because he didn't take it. But like that, when it is said, we came with our hands empty, and we'll also leave with the hands empty. So we move away from that selfishness, which we are born with, and we move towards selflessness. That is called evolution. If that is not done, there is no evolution. So now, the Guru's command to all of them, you think from the standpoint of Rama, not what you want. And see, these two words are going to Rajai and Rukha. Rajai means Rama's command, and Rukha means his wish. Think from that standpoint. And then all of you come to a conclusion, unanimous conclusion, and we will do that. This is the idea. Sabha kaha sukhadas Rama abhisheku. The Guru says that it is true that if we have the abhishek of Ram, if we have the coronation of Bhagwan Ram, well, that is the root of all joy. That is the root of all auspiciousness. Mangala moda mula maga eku. That is the root of all goodness and joy and auspiciousness. Kehi avada chala kurau. Think how we should bring back this Bhagwan Ram to Ayodhya. Kau samuji soi kariya upau. Come up with some means. The Guru is instructing all of them. But guided first by the wish of Bhagwan Ram and the command of Bhagwan Ram. Utaruna avaloga bhaye bhore. But nobody could come up with any answer. How to bring back Ram to Ayodhya? No answer was forthcoming. Tabasirunai Bharata kare jore. Then Bharat bowed his head and Bharat spoke. It's not there in our list, but we'll still chant. So Gosai Vidhi Gati Jehi Ki
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Sakai Kotari Te Kajote Bharat tells, Guruji, Vasishtha Ji Maharaj, we are all dumbfounded. We don't know what idea to come, how to get back this Bhagwan Ram. But you, oh Guruji, you have in your power the ability to turn destiny also. Why don't you come up with the means to get back Ram there? You can turn destiny, you have done it. But Tulsidas says all he says. Bharat tells the Guru, you have the power to turn destiny, but Vasishtha Maharaj is not any ordinary being. This is one place where the Santa Mahatmas, they get an opportunity to glorify Vasishtha Ji Maharaj also. Vasishtha Ji was the mind-born son of Brahmaji. Brahmaji thought him into existence. That is Vasishtha Maharaj. And then he heard from Brahmaji that Bhagwan Vishnu will take avatar in Treta Yuga. And if you go there, you will get darshan. And that is how he came in that family. He's a mind-born son of Brahmaji. What is the need for him to come here? But he knows Bhagwan is taking avatar there, in the Treta Yuga. And Treta Yuga is supposed to be the third Yuga. Satyuga, Dwapar, Dwa means two, Dwa. Then Treta, 3. It was supposed to be like this, Satyug, Dwapar Yuga and Treta Yuga. Vasishtha Maharaj has such power that he couldn't wait till 3 yugas to get darshan of Bhagwan Ram. He switched the yuga. How he cannot turn destiny? He can turn destiny around. He can switch the whole yuga. So Bharat is telling you, the King Dasharath Ji Maharaj, who did not have children for 7,000 years, you did yajna, and he got 4 sons, including the Lord himself born in his house. He cannot turn destiny. It is because of Vasishtha Ji Maharaj, if you go on seeing his life, that this Raghukul got the name Raghu. King Dilip did not have children also. Vasishtha Maharaj was there from that time. King Dilip's son is Raghu. Because of Vasishtha Maharaj, Dilip got children. So long stories are there. So he has changed destiny many times. One thing was meant to be, and Vasishtha Maharaj came in between. Something else happened. So Bharat is right. Oh Guruji, you have this power. But then the Guru is what? The Guru will only follow Bhagwan only. Like that. Bhujiya mohi upau ava so sab mor bhagu suni saneha maya bachana gura ura umaga anuragu. The Guru was very much pleased with Bharat's words. Bharat himself, I have no power to come up with any solution to all of this. Then the Guru tells this Sabha now, okay, something has come to my mind. Let me tell it to all of you. This is very interesting. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Sakuch utat hat ek bata adhar. Sakuch utat hat ek bata arhat jahi buddha sar bas jata. Shri Ram Jaya Ram,
Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
तुम कानन गवनहु दो भाई फेरी अहिलक दो भाता, हे प्रमोद रे सूदन गाता।
श्री राम जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
सुनी शुभ बचन, सुनी शुभ बचन, हर्षे दो भ्राता, हे प्रमोद परिपूरन गाता।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय
जय राम, बोलो राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, बोलो
राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम,
राजा राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम,
राजा राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम,
हरे राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम,
हरे राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम।
श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय। सकुच उतात कहत एक बाता। Reluctantly, I want to tell this idea, but let me tell it in all the same. Why? Because aradha tajahi buddha sarabasa jata is a principle. You have to look out to Ramayana has countless little principles like this in quarter of a chaupai. Quarter of the line of the chaupai, it will some principle with it. What the principle is, and this is why Vasishtha Maharaj is falling back on this principle and telling now. Well, if you could save half, when the whole thing is going to be destroyed, better save the half. In other words, sacrifice half to get for the other half, if you know the whole thing will be destroyed. There's a principle of dharma. I'll tell you how it goes now. For the nation, you can sacrifice a whole town or village. For the town or the village, you can sacrifice a whole family. And for the family, you can sacrifice one of the individuals. If it comes to that, that is the idea. This is dharma. So here, if the whole is going to be destroyed, and you can save half, save at least half. So he's telling the principle. Based on that, now he's going to tell here. Now you'll see what his solution is. Vasishtha Ji Maharaj, whatever his solution is. Because everybody is wondering how to get Bhagwan Ram to go back to Ayodhya. He says, Tumakan gavanu do bhai, pheriya hi lakhana siyar gurai. You, Bharat and Shatrugna, both of you stay in the forest and we'll take this children back. How about that? Well, they're happy too bad. Bharat's so happy. He said, stay in this forest for 14 years. I go stay here my whole life. What 14 years? Not only 14 years. Kanana karau janamavari masu. The whole life I'll stay. Just some few lines down below. Ehite adhika namora supasu. There will be nothing which is more joyful than that for me. That is it. Bhautala balogana lagu bhani. Don't see now with the solution of everybody was in that meeting. So all the people in the meeting thought Bhautala balogana lagu bhani. That we'll get great benefit because Bhagavan Ram will come back to Ayodhya and we'll lose little bit only. Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrugna will stay here. So we'll lose little bit. But that is the people. But what about mothers now? Samas dukha sukha sabha rovahi Rani. The mothers thought that no, as much as we'll lose, so much we'll gain. Because we'll lose Bharat and Shatrugna and we'll gain Raman, Lakshman. So for them the gain is same. No difference. For the other people, and this is how things work in the world. One man's treasure is another man's garbage, or one man's garbage is another man's treasure. Have you heard? One man's garbage is another man's treasure. He means he throw away that thing. That other fellow, oh wow, this is wonderful. This man thinks he's taking up rubbish, and this man thinks he's taking up something priceless. And one fellow went into a jewelry store and he took up a diamond and walked away with it. And somebody asked, what happened? Why you crazy or what? He said, I saw the thing was written priceless. That had no price. So I mean, that's free. That's not the meaning. Eh? We have all kind of stories like that. One fellow went in the supermarket and he picked up some dog food and some orange juice and some sugar. So he come out front and he pay for the dog food and he pay for the orange juice and he didn't pay for the sugar. So the man asked, what happened? Well, you didn't pay for the sugar? He said, well, I see you right on the can here, sugar free. So I put that in the bag and coming out with it. Anyway, so I started telling now this. One man's treasure is another man's garbage, and one man's garbage is another man's treasure. That's how, and everything in the world is like that. You may think something agreeable to you, is good for you, you like that, but the other person doesn't like. You always have to live life like this, understanding this thing. Eh? Don't think because you like something and it is agreeable to you and everybody should be like that. This is one of the cause of great tension in everybody's life and everywhere. Everybody have their own likes and dislikes. You know why they used to have arranged marriages long time? Arranged marriages was for this thing. Because we get a similar type of family, similar background, similar upbringing and all that sort of thing, so that their likes and dislikes will be quite similar, and so there will be no jhagada. That was one of the main reasons. There will be no jhagada in that thing. Means? Jhagada, you know? But nowadays, there is no arranged marriage. There's another kind of marriage. So then the jhagada is there. So in that situation, then what you have to understand, the other person have their own likes and dislikes. You find your, what you call, hobbies, and let them find their hobbies. With few rules, obtaining. That is it. Understanding that all human beings are like their own only. So they were very happy. Now what? They all went to Bhagwan Ram with his proposal. Bharat told, Guruji, you know, you came up with the idea, so you have to go and tell him. Otherwise, some people are good at that also. They come up with an idea, say, you go tell. So Bharat is very forward, and you came up with the idea, so you go and tell. Bharata Munihi sanabhitar bhaye sahita samaj Ram pahi aaye. They all came to Bhagwan Ram. No, all Bharata, all the old, everybody. Then Prabhu pranam karidina suasana. Bhagwan gave nice seat to all of them and everything. Baithe Sabha Suni Muni Anusasa. And they all sat when the Guru gave the command. Bole Muni Bara Bachana Vichari Desakal Avasaru Anuhari. All the principles of dharma written over and over again. The Muni spoke those words. I told about communication in the past. Straight to the point, seeing the time, place, situation, occasion, what is required. Speak that only. Speak that. Only recently, just about a week ago, somebody was telling me that somebody told them such and such thing, all this. Where? Waterloo. Smashan Ghat. But that is not the place. Time, place and situation and all that, very important. There's a time for everything and a place for everything. Sabake ur antar basahu janahu bhau purjana janani bharata hita hoi so kahiya upai. the Guru tells to Bhagwan Ram, and everybody is so miserable because of separation from you. Purjana Janani Bharata Hita Hoi So Kahiya Upa. You please tell some means how to remove all. Now, the Guru is not telling directly also. Prabhu, you coming back or not? Directly not telling. Sabke ur antar vasahu janahu bhav ko Bhagwan. He said, you know what is there in everybody's heart. And so, in other words, you know what we have in our heart. We have sorrow in our heart because we are suffering from separation from you. So therefore you find some means. Then Bhagwan Ram tells, oh Guruji, you are the Guru. The means is in your hand. So the Guru tells the means is in Ram's hand, Ram tells the Guru the means is in your hand. Then this thing goes on and on, down to the end. And the Guru tells to Bhagwan Ram, Prabhu, I cannot think properly. Why? Because I am drowned in the love which I saw Bharata. This still is the stuti of Bharata. You see 2:5-8. See. So this went back and forth between Rama and the Guru. The Guru tells Rama, you please find a means to remove this affliction which all of us are having. And Rama tells the Guru, the means is in your hand. But the Guru's reply now is, Tehi te kahau bahori bahori bharata bhagati basa bhai mati muri. That my mind is not thinking clearly because of all the excessive love of Bharat. I mean, even the Guru fell over seeing the love of Bharat. What a tremendous stuti of Bharat. More jana Bharata ruchi rakhi, jo ki jiya so subha seva sakhi. Then the Guru tells to Bhagwan, Prabhu, Bharat has something he wants to tell what is in his heart. Bharat wants to tell what is in his heart. Then Bole Gur Ayas Anukula
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
Achan Manju Midhu Mangal Mula
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
Nath Sapat Pitu Charan Dohai
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
Bhayau na Bhuvana Bharat Samabhai
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama tells to Bhagwan Ram, listen to Bharat. But Bhagwan Ram takes time first to praise Bharat. And he tells, Bole gur ayas anukula bachana manju mridu mangala mula nath sapat pitu bachana duhai bhayau na bhuana Bharata samabhai. Bhagwan confesses to the Guru also that there is no, he swears that there is no brother like Bharat. And he tells Bharat, now he instructs Bharat, my dear, you tell Rama what is in your heart. Now for a moment, now Bharat could not talk. He became speechless. Because how would he tell Rama, you come back to the Ayodhya? You see, this is the state of a devotee. The state of a true devotee. The state of a true devotee is, the devotee does not want to take away the mind of Bhagwan from whatever Bhagwan is doing. The devotee doesn't want to disturb the mind of Bhagwan. The devotee doesn't want to infuse or introduce his own selfish desire to prevail over the Lord. If that person is doing that, then he's not a devotee of Bhagwan. You think, if Bhagwan is sitting nicely and he is sitting comfortably, just think, and you come up with a desire. This is exactly the thing which happened in Aranyaka. We'll see this. Bhagwan is just nicely there in the ashram sitting. Then a day passes. Then Sita ji sees, this is the role she is playing to show what the Jiva does. What the Jiva does? He goes and troubles Bhagwan with some desire. Prabhu, I want that day. So he troubles the Lord. The Lord was there, very nice, but a true devotee doesn't trouble the Lord for anything. So now, the Guru puts the whole onus now on Bharat. You tell Bhagwan Ram what is in your heart. Now, Bharat is a pure devotee of the Lord. Bharat could not speak a word. Tulsidas ji said, Kahi na sakahi kachu karahi vicharu. He could not say anything, not think anything now. How you will make the Lord deviate from what is his natural state? That is not a devotee. A natural state of just being pure peace. And then you bring him out of that state. To what do? Run an errand for you. But that is not a devotee. So devotion is like this, and I told you the story previously. That sage said, he was meditating, I'm keeping this sword to cut out the head of Arjuna. I'm keeping a sword. He's a sage and he's meditating. And he's eating dried grass, but he's keeping a sword to cut out the head of Arjuna. Why? Because Arjuna troubled his Bhagwan, so I made him a charioteer and to harness horse and clean horse pen. How you subject my Lord to this? And Draupadi made him run from there. If I catch her also, I'll cut off her head. Two devotees were walking in the forest, so they saw a tiger coming. So one devotee telling the other, look, let us pray to God, he'll save us. The other devotee said, what? Why you would trouble God with such simple thing? Let me run. That is a true devotee. So why Bhagwan give you legs? Run! That is the idea. Otherwise, you see, let me tell you, I'm telling for sure. If you sit there and pray, the tiger will eat you. Don't believe all this kind of thing that you just hear all about and all that sort of thing. And the tiger might also pray with you and say, Brahma Panam Brahma Vi, Brahma before he eat you. So, and this idea will come up again and again and again in this Ramcharitmanas, and there's many stories. You will see this when we get to also to Lanka Kand. End of Sundarkand, Lanka Kand and all. That we have to do something. Don't sit down there only and pray, think that Bhagwan will So because a true devotee doesn't trouble Bhagavan for anything. And what form should prayer take? The highest form of prayer is praise. That is why we have something called stotram, stuti. The highest form of prayer is praise, glorification. And if you notice, our prayers that we chant all the time, they are like that only. You see, Tvameva mata chapita. There is no asking Bhagavan for anything, you know. You are my mother, my father, my friend, my companion, my learning, my wealth, my everything. You are everything. There is no asking. Purnamada purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate. That is full. This is full. The full has come out from the full. Then the full still remains full, complete. There is no asking. This is the highest form of prayer. And if you have to ask for the benefit of others. Because a true devotee doesn't trouble Bhagavan. Now how Bharata will find it in himself to trouble Bhagavan now? And Bhagavan is counting on this. Bhagavan is counting, he knows that Bharat will not find it in himself. Because that is why he was worried, we saw this. When he heard Bharat is coming, he is worried. Because the love that Bharat has for him, and a devotee has some control over the Lord, he'll find himself in trouble. But he's counting on Bharat being a true devotee. So what will Bharat, right now he cannot speak, but he'll speak eventually, tomorrow. Okay, so we'll see this. Tomorrow. Okay, now let me just tell a few announcements. So Vishala and Pandit Vishram again have chanted Dashadoha today. Thank you. Vishala is gone. Oh. Check class. Okay, thank you Vishala, wherever your class is. And Pandit Vishram. Adesh. Not there also. So, thank you for the chanting Dashadoha. And we are seeing so many people now who you wouldn't know that, you did not think that they were capable of chanting Ramayana, but everywhere we are seeing so many different people chanting Ramayana. The wonderful thing. Okay. Today's prasad will be received by Kavita, Kaira, Paul, or Kira. Kaira. Let me call on Kavita to receive this prasad. This is a flash drive with the whole Ramayana which we did some years ago. More than 500 hours of Ramayana discourse for you and all the members of the ashram, the temple here. Enjoy and share. Thank you. Then, tomorrow's satsang will be at the Saraswati Bal Vidyalaya by Vishnu Rashad Road in Barakpur. That actually technically falls in Pinal. Saraswati Bal Vidyalaya. Okay, I've been going there for years. All right. Today's Chinky's birthday, you know it? It's a special happy birthday to Chinky. When it is over, we'll sing. Okay. On 16th of April, 16th of next month, we're having the Samashti Hanuman Puja at the ashram, which we've been having for many, many years. Samashti Hanuman Puja, you have to call and book your bedi to sit there. Okay. And on the 30th of May, we resume our chais and melan. And this year we have 2 additional chai. So now you've been having the regular chai which you have all the time. So second chai we've been having now, we'll be having that called Karak chai. Karak chai, you know? Karak means strong chai. Karak chai means it's not any ordinary chai. When you take one shot, that will lift your Kundalini Shakti from one chakra to the next one. come and try some kadak chai. Huh? Okay, and also we'll have kulhad chai. Kulhad I think we had in the past, but we got some proper ones now. Kulhad means the chai, I'll tell you the science of it. Please listen. It's an earthen pot. And we pour the chai in that and you drink. So there's a difference in taste. Literally, scientifically, there's a difference in taste. And the reason is, you know, in the nighttime like now, right, when you're passing there on the road and somebody have the flowers, what is it called? Chameli, what is it? Yeah. Ladies of the night, queen of the night. They have that flower, right? Now, the scent goes where? In the air, isn't it? The scent travels in the air and you smell it. Air is capable of taking scent. So now, the earthen pot has numerous, countless pores, little pores inside. And the pores are filled with air. That air gets the scent of the clay. And when the chai is poured into the pot, little earthen pot, the chai goes into the pores and pushes out the air, and that air mixes with the chai. This is why they have been drinking this chai in earthen pot for thousands of years. Today also on the streets of India, this is a special thing. Those who went on our last trip, you will know. We went to Banaras and we all had that chai in that pot. So the chai pushes out the air which is in those pores, and that air mixes with the rest of the chai and it tastes different. So they call kulhad chai. Recently, Prime Minister Modi also went to Banaras and had kulhad chai. That's the place for that. So the introduction of that, 2 different types of chai you can have when you come. Ask for it when you come. Okay, on 25th, on the 20th of July to 24th of July, we're having our residential family camp at the ashram. You have to come and stay there for 5 days. And interestingly, good news is, from Los Angeles, California, our Swamiji, Ishwaranandji will be coming. We've got confirmation today. Swamiji will come. He will do the Vedanta text. I will do Ramayana. So Swami Ishwaranandji coming from, Swamiji is originally from Bangalore, now living in LA. Okay. Those of you who are interested in the Ramayana lecture series on the MP3 flash drive which we are having, you can order them, you can get them. Okay. Our Sant Tulsidas campus will open in September, and we will be telling you more about that as we get closer. Garam Masala restaurant is having its Sunday brunch on 20th of March. You have to call for reservation. There will be entertainment and all that also. Tapovan Ashram will be having a one satsang in Tapovan Ashram on the 30th of March. It's a holiday. So we have to know pretty soon those who are going, because we'll have to make arrangements. You have to give up your names. Okay. By March 24th. If we don't hear by that, then. On 23rd of April, we'll be going to Shaka Shakari. And then, in the beginning of next month, we'll also go to Tobago. You have to make your arrangement for that. All right, lastly, I want to tell about, it is coming up nicely, our stamp duty which we have to pay for our property in Felicity. We need to reach $92,250, I think. Donation of the property was there, but then we have to pay the stamp duty. The mission has to pay the stamp duty. Like that, there's another one south also I was telling you about. We'll have to pay there also. I don't know when that will come up now. Okay, we'll have Aarti, vote of thanks. We'll have vote of thanks first. Vote of thanks by Rupa Maharaj. Then we'll have Aarti. Then we'll have birthday song.
Sitaram. Sitaram and Hari Om. On behalf of the President and spiritual leader, Pandit Amarsi Prasad, and members of the executive, I would like to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to you, Swamiji, and members of the Chinmaya mission for gracing us tonight and sharing your knowledge with all of us. We are indeed blessed that you have chosen Amarjyoth as one of the mandars in this Ramayana Yatra. Tonight's Katha was very informative and inspiring, and I'm sure each one of us has benefited tremendously. Tonight, we'd also like to say Shubh Janamdin and happy birthday to Auntie Chinky, and we wish you peace, health, and happiness, and many more years to come. May Bhagwan continue to bless, guide, and protect you. We'd also like to thank you, Auntie Chinky, and Uncle Manu for sponsoring tonight's parasad and refreshments. And last but not least, I would like to thank all you wonderful devotees for making the effort to be part of tonight's satsang. At this time, our tea will be done and would be passed around, and then you can kindly receive your refreshments and parasad in the annex. Have a safe journey back home. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Thank you, Baba. Okay. आरती के लिए सब खड़े हो जाइए। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की। गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद, वाल्मीकि विज्ञान विशारद। सुख सनकादि शेष अरु सारद, बरनी पवन सुत कीरति कीन्ही।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी।
गावत वेद पुराण अष्टदश, छौ शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस। मुनिजन धन संतन को सर्वस, सार अंश सम्मत सब ही।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी।
भवत संतत शंभु भवानी, अरुघत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी। व्यास आदि कवि वर्ज बखानी, काज कुशुंड गरुड़ केही।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी।
कलिमल हरनि विषय रस पीकी, सुभग सिंगार मोक्ति जुबती की। दलन रोग भव मूरियमी की, तात मात सब विधि तुलसी की।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी।
श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu, Mangalam Garuradvajah, Mangalam Pundarikaksham, Mangalayatano Harihi. Tvameva Mata, Chapita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhush, Chasakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya, Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam, Mama Deva Deva. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Bolo Siyavar Ramachandra ki jai, Pavan Sut Hanuman ki jai, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय, नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव. हरि ओम तत्सत. Please also. जन्मदिनमिदं अयि प्रिय सखे,
जन्मदिनमिदं अयि प्रिय सखे,
जन्मदिनमिदं अयि प्रिय सखे,
जन्मदिनमिदं अयि प्रिय सखे.
शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदं,
शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदं,
शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदं,
शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदं.
प्रार्थयामहे भवशतायुषी,
प्रार्थयामहे भवशतायुषी,
प्रार्थयामहे भवशतायुषी.
प्रार्थयामहे भवशतायुषी.
ईश्वरः सदा त्वां च रक्षतु,
ईश्वरः सदा त्वां च रक्षतु,
ईश्वरः सदा त्वां च रक्षतु.
ईश्वरः सदा त्वां च रक्षतु.
पुण्यकर्मणा प्रीतिमर्जय,
पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमर्जय,
पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमर्जय.
पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमर्जय.
जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम्,
जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम्,
जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम्.
जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम्.
जन्मदिनमिदं अयि प्रिय सखे,
जन्मदिनमिदं अयि प्रिय सखे,
शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदं,
शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदं,
सर्वदा मुदं,
सर्वदा मुदं,
सर्वदा मुदं.
सर्वदा मुदं.
So happy birthday from all of us. Hari Om.